All right, welcome back. Another week. Whether or not, I'm your host, meteorologist Scott Sumner. Today, with kind of feeling like fall out there and some really nice weather, I wanted to talk a little bit about some gardens that are locally seen here. Now, today I've got Judith Zatsick. She is the manager of Greenspring Gardens with me. Judith, welcome on board. Thank you for joining in just to give me a few minutes of your time today. Got a little cheerful, colorful background there, which is nice to see. As far as the weather is concerned, it is going to be absolutely gorgeous here. And that got me thinking about fall and thinking about different gardens that are out there. Your gardens took the top of the list because I looked at the website and I was looking at it before. Great stuff. You got a lot going on there. But before we get into the gardens, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into the position you are in now.
First of all, thank you for having me. And I am the site manager here at Greenspring Gardens. I worked as a horticulturalist here for 11 years and then took another position. And when the site manager position came open, I was really excited to apply and come back. And it's been a lot of hard work, determination, and passion for plants and the artistry of working with plants that got me here now where I am.
You know, it's funny, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually did work for a florist back in the day, and I worked in the gardens and had a lot of fun, working outside basically and having a lot of plants trucked in and, distributing them, selling Christmas trees, all that good sort of stuff. So I can kind of relate to your field for sure. Now, obviously, after the pandemic, we're on the better side of the pandemic. You had some restrictions lifted. Masks were no longer needed in March, I believe, from what I recall. So have you seen a boost in daily traffic since some of those restrictions have been relaxed at your gardens?
You know, Scott, that's an interesting question. During the pandemic, actually, was a time when many people discovered Greenspring, and we were really happy to see our lawn almost entirely covered by visitors with blankets and picnics and enjoying a little bit of freedom from the challenges of that interior confinement during COVID. So as a result of that, many people who were not aware of Greenspring or who didn't know us were introduced to us. So yes, we definitely have an increase in visitation now, which is wonderful. We're all about serving our residents in the community and introducing them to the natural world and sharing all the beautiful horticultural things we've got going on here at Greenspring. So yeah, most days, especially good days, our parking lot is full.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? What can people expect to see when they actually show up to visit your gardens?
We have so much going on, Scott. There's something really for everyone. We have a number of demonstration gardens here. Those gardens include special gardens for water-wise gardening. We've got a beautiful children's garden. We've got a vegetable garden, an edible garden that all of the produce that comes out of that garden is now being donated to a local food bank to help people who are not secure with their food situation. We have a rock garden. We've got long borders, shrub borders, and all of our gardens demonstrate good horticulture with plants that do well in the Mid-Atlantic region. So we've got lots of beautiful gardens. We also have a historic house that's wonderful. It was originally constructed in 1740. It's staffed by a fantastic historian who does teas in the house and programming around that cultural historical high point for us. We also have a native area where that's sort of like a woodland area with two ponds. Families love going down there and exploring the ponds. There's always turtles and frogs. Birds. It's a really nice natural area. And then we've got lots of programming. So we have many activities and ways for the public to learn about horticulture, all the way starting out for families and children, and then up to adult programs. And then finally, we have a plant shop where we provide the public the opportunity to purchase the plants that are here at Greenspring and that will do well in their gardens as well as at Greenspring.
To piggyback a little bit about the historical end of it, is it a situation where the public can walk into a historical house and sit down and then get told the information about the house and the history of the house? Or is it something where they actually sit in there and there's a video of that and they kind of watch the video but still get historical information from that?
Scott, we've got a couple different things that go on in the house. The house is open from Wednesday through Sunday. So there is always a staff person there at that time, and that person can provide them with information about the displays and the exhibits that are in there. In addition, as I mentioned, the teas that go on, people can sign up for one of these teas, and then also it usually includes a lecture on some topic. It could be something about the Queen of England. Our historian is from Scotland, and she's got a lovely accent and really does some fun programs having to do with England, as well as all things related to the history of the property. So it's a combination. Currently, we have an exhibit on the three most important families who spent time at the house and some of the contributions that they made to the site. So it's a nice mix. And we also have right now extremely popular. There's an art display about hummingbirds at Greenspring Gardens, and many of these birds were photographed. And that display is on through October. So it's a nice opportunity for the public to come on in and see hummingbirds in their native environment here at Greenspring.
Your webpage mentions that the gardens have more than 20 thematic demonstration gardens. Can you maybe elaborate just a little bit more on what are some of those themes potentially?
Well, I mentioned the rock garden, the children's garden. Stormwater is a problem for many people in our area, and as a park within the Fairfax County, we are concerned about stormwater management. All that water goes into the bay, so we have a swale garden, which is an example of a way that people could manage wet areas of their property, or sometimes water might run through your property. How you can manage that by using plants that are specifically adapted to a more wet environment. We also have the Arbor Garden, which is a more of a beautiful herbaceous garden where there are peonies, and it's a lovely spring garden mixed in with apple trees and cherry trees. So in the springtime, it's really beautiful. We have what we call the Concentric Garden, which is more of a meditative garden with larger shade trees and places where the public can sit and contemplate, have a quiet moment with nature. In addition, we are credited with the American Museum Alliance of Museums. We have a national collection of witch hazels, and that's the tree right behind me.
Okay.
This is a tree that blooms during the winter time, and we have hundreds of visitors who come to Greenspring to see these beautiful and unique witch hazels, which tend to bloom January through March. They normally come in shades of gold, yellow, red, and purple, and they just light up the landscape. So we have over 200 witch hazels on our property, and that's a real highlight for the public. And then we have areas where there are just lovely concentrations of flowers, ginger plants and hellebores. So we try to create gardens so that the visitor can experience the beauty of horticulture throughout the season. So we really are an all year round garden. There is something blooming just about any month of the year here at Greenspring.
And one last thing, can people buy stuff at your place? It's not just a visual. Can they actually pick up plants and stuff? And is there a cost to visit your gardens?
Well, the great thing is that we are free. We are open to the public. The grounds are open from dawn to dusk. So visitors can come, anytime during that period to walk the grounds and enjoy the gardens. Our horticulture center is open from 9 to 4:30 Monday through Saturday, and then noon to 4:30 on Sunday. We have a Garden Gate plant shop, and that is a very unique and special shop. It's staffed by a talented propagator who actually goes around Greenspring Gardens and takes cuttings from some of the plants that are here. So the plants that we're selling in the shop are also bought in, grown on. We have a nursery. And these plants are specifically adapted for thriving in the mid-Atlantic region. So you get a head start when you buy one of the plants from our plant shop because it's already suited to growing in your garden in this area. Excellent. And that will close at the end of October.
Okay,
We're
excellent.
during the growing season.
Excellent. Yeah, you do, right. By November, things are starting to get a little too chilly.
They're ready to put the gardens to bed, right?
Absolutely. Where can they get more information regarding plug your website or what you'd like to plug there? And I appreciate it.
So yeah, thank you. We love visitors. We love having people visit our website. It's a great way if you're interested in coming to Greenspring to learn a little bit more about it. All the information is on there. That is through Fairfax County. So if you Google Fairfax County Greenspring Gardens, it'll take you right to our website. There's lots of information in there, more details about the historic house, the gardens, all the programs that we're offering. We've got a lot going on this fall. This Saturday, we have our Family Fall Festival. It's going to be 80 degrees, perfect. We have an empanada, a business owner coming. They're going to be serving fantastic empanadas. And then we've got all kinds of vendors, plant vendors. We have a tool sharpener. So it's all focused on the gardening and horticulture and getting you out and learning about gardening. So it's going to be a great event, 9 to 3. We've got lots of classes throughout the fall. Tours of the gardens are always available. So check the website and please come to Greenspring. We'd love to introduce you to the gardens.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good stuff there, Judith. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your day to speak with us here on Whether or Not, and have a great rest of the day and week. Enjoy the beautiful weather we're granting you.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott. It's really been a pleasure.
All right, take care now.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. All right, that was Judith Zatsick. She's a manager at the Greenspring Gardens, I should say. Tongue twister for me sometimes. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you, as always. God bless. Stay well, be well, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.